Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. The first video I did this morning was aborted. There was a problem with YouTube thing. Some idiot from a past video back in December left super rave, left me a comment. He didn't read the tag on the side that says call the White House. Anyway, I blocked him, so I don't want to hear from him. He says, let God be the judge of that. How dare you judge? I said, me judge? So you're the one who's paid taxes. You and everybody else has paid taxes to kill innocent children in other countries. Afghanistan, Iraq, Panama, Vietnam, the secret stuff that went on that's still secret by the military, innocent children being slaughtered and killed by American weapons. No, I think an American soldier is sworn to secrecy because if they say anything about it, especially the thing that went on in Panama when the older Bush was in there in office. Anyway, so we're doing this recording, and now on last note I told everybody what's going on. I had quite a few views, so and all of a sudden the views dropped off. Now I don't know why they dropped off. I don't care if people like me or don't like me. A person's entitled to vent their anger, especially would you rather me fly a plane into a building? Is that what you people want? See, that's the nature of the human species. You never got that spectator sport. First the Christians were being fed to lions by the Romans. Then the Christians finally, after a few hundred years, took over Rome. Then they started burning people at the stake for not believing in God and not believing in Christ. Then the Muslims take their religion and they burn and destroy people because they don't believe in Muhammad and his thing. See, you're all idiots. This is not about religion. This is about being kind, considerate, and compassionate. And in the more than 8,101 views that I've had in over 3 years, not one of the couple of 100 million people in the United States know anything about me. And of the 8,103 people, I'm sure that a greater majority of them were just young people getting a chuckle off of watching some poor guy rant and rave. That's not what this is about. What this is about is civil rights violations, and it's continual. It's the fact that your government sets up rules and regulations to actually hurt people instead of help people. And got them filling out some stuff. So, well, that's very nice of you. This is Starbucks. See, this is the kind of thing that should be happening. See, they're giving out, if I can move the camera a little, they're giving out little free refreshments for people. See, and this is a Starbucks employee, and they're doing the right thing. This is really nice. So what is this?
That's a coupon.
Oh, thank you. So cool lime and berry. See, so even though, thank you very much. So even though there are judgments made by me, and you hear me rant and rave about the hypocrisy of what goes on, little nice things like this, okay, where they're trying to promote their business, obviously, and they want to sell some more coffee or some more drinks, but this is what really counts, and this is what's missing in the world today. Instead, we got Storage Etc., Storage Direct, who took my 29 Mercedes and my 1936 baby Rolls Royce, auctioned it off because I couldn't come up with $700 about 2 years ago, ruined. I mean, there's a whole list of people. If you go back about 3 or 4 weeks, you'll see the letter that I wrote in 2008 that delineates and identifies each and every organization, government official, whether it was police, parking enforcement, whoever, who are responsible for pushing people like me in different directions using the color of law to do it. But see, instead of you people working hard to make a better system, to make it work better, you're going in the other direction. You're making more people homeless. You're taking their houses, and you deserve losing your houses because you took everything away from me, including 30 years of my life. You people interfere. You make such a quandary of extra rules and regulations that you turn it into a bureaucratic snot mess. That's what you do. And it's all of you, every one of you that pay taxes. So I'm telling you right now, the only way you can fight back is to, for all 100 million voters, take your money out of the banks all in one day. Don't tell anybody you're going to do it. Just do it. you know, organize with all your friends in your neighborhood. Follow through. Follow through so you can show not just the federal government, but the state governments and the local cities who's really in control. That when you hire them, you want to make sure they do their job efficiently, but not so efficiently that they destroy people's lives, because this is what goes on. This is why I've done more than 200, was probably getting close to 300 videos, and the only comments I ever get is, out of those 8,103 people, in 3 years, I've only had, like, I can count it on the number of people that have made negative comments about me. The rest of them, I'd say maybe 100 or so of them made comments that were positive. Hey, next time you're in Texas, I'd like to share a beer with you, and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But all along, people, if you've been really listening to my videos, I'm looking for somebody who's really rich, who either has one of two philosophies. One, they see that I've been hurt so badly, you can never do anything, and you can certainly never pay me enough money to undo the damages you people have done. The loss of 24 cars, a 26-foot sailboat, all my cars, trucks, boats, motorhomes, everything that you've taken from me, especially the city of Los Angeles, in the last 9 years, is just outright evil behavior. It's evil behavior using the color of law to reduce people to the street level. And so then you say, oh, now let's do something for the homeless. Let's go do something for them. But you fall short of doing anything for them because you're the ones who have done the damage to begin with. Make up your mind. You know, build atomic bombs or stop making them. Make war or make peace. Like I said in all of my videos, the human race has 7,750 years of wars and bits and pieces all over the planet over the last 7,700 years. That's the number of years you people have been at war. Doesn't matter whether it was a police action, war between two cities, a war between families, countries, and less than 300 years of peace worldwide in bits and pieces. Hey, that's a screwed up track record. That's a bad rap sheet, worse than all the criminals in the whole world put together. The rap sheet of the human race reads like worse than a Grimm's fairy tale, or worse than a Greek tragedy. So let's talk about real responsibility. And you people are not responsible for making comments to me. I've given you phone numbers. You call the White House. You dial 456, and then the last 4 digits you're going to have to just randomly pick numbers from 0000 to 9999. And you pick all those 10,000 numbers in different sequences. You can do it by picking up your own address at home. You might end up talking to the chief of staff at the White House or leaving them a message. Tell them how pissed off you are. I'm just doing what Peter Finch did in the movie Network. You're really pissed off? Stop being pissed off at people on YouTube. These people that rant and rave, or they're hurting or angry, most of them just want to be compensated for the damages they feel this government, state, federal, and local, has done to them. Now, I don't care one way or the other about me because the damage is already done. It's beyond that, way beyond that. And the Storage Etc. is one of the people that's still doing it. They're doing it to me right now. They expect me to work in 100-degree weather, limiting my access to the property to empty storage that's partially mine. This is unbelievable what these people think like. They think and act like dumb idiots. And to prove my point, if they're Christian, they spend money that has God's name on it, in God we trust. Okay? Then, and to blaspheme God's name means to use God's name or say it in a way that is derogatory. So they pay their taxes with this money that has God's name on it. The money then goes to different areas, but 75% of all the taxes goes to the military, and they use it to make cruise missiles, drones, bombs, and supposedly they give the people of the United States the excuse that, well, we have to destroy the terrorist. Isn't there an alternative? Actually, I know how to stop terrorism forever, and I don't have to kill anybody. But let me tell you, I'm going to keep that secret. I'm not going to share that with anyone. You know why? Because you deserve the terrorism. You deserve it when you've done the kind of damage that you've done to me. And remember what I said about the DNA is Russian roulette. You don't know where the next mental giant is going to pop up. By criticizing me, you could be criticizing a future mental giant that if I was given absolute power and authority, I guarantee you 100% there would be 99.9% terrorists that would think twice before they did anything. And I don't have to kill them or use guns or violence or anything. At least not the kind of violence you see in war. This is different. So, you know, I don't have to go on telling you people that you're doing it all in the wrong direction. And I'm not the only one that thinks like this. There's tons of other people in the world think like this. And you're all hypocrites. Like I said, in Rome, I'll go back to the beginning of the conversation here, or the video. First, your species was watching Rome Christians get burnt at the stake. Then the Christians take over, and then they burn people and draw and quarter people and chop their heads off and do all this violent stuff to people that don't believe in Christ. Blasphemy, torture, the Spanish Inquisition, and then the Muslims come along with Muhammad, and then they do it too. So you're all wrong. If you use violence to purport your religious belief, then you're just as much of an idiot as everybody else. Christ once said that if you don't humble yourself like a child, then you'll never get into heaven. That's Matthew 18:6, which is the first three numbers of the speed of light, 186. That's an ironic, a very ironic coincidence. So, but that's just numbers. I'm just citing stuff to you that are said to you over and over again, and you people keep making the same mistake. So instead of one person who's well off, out of those 8,103 people sending me a message to YouTube, say, enough is enough, you've been done enough damage, I'd like to help you, let's get you a place, or either a free ticket with what's left of your possessions out of the country, or maybe I can find a place where we can tuck you away and no one will ever bother you again. That ain't going to happen. You know why? Because you people don't care. It's that simple. You're either not in the position to be able to help and you're just looking for fun on YouTube, or you just can't because you're in the same boat I am, if not worse. And let me tell you what kind of picture that paints. Like I said before, what interests you is nude women on YouTube. In 3 years, I've had 8,103 views out of more than 200 videos. One video of a nude model or a semi-nude model, and you've got, within the first month, 1 million views or more. This is where your brains are at. This is why your planet is overpopulated. You got too many people, and people have this nasty, addictive habit of living in clusters in big cities. Big cities is not where it's at. It's not where the big money is going to be next. You got to look at the long-term picture, and the long-term picture is not big cities. I was trying to move out of Los Angeles. I was purposely trapped here. And if you read a couple of my videos back last month, I read a letter that I published on VoteSmart about who's responsible for my damages. And that includes the people of the United States, because you pay taxes. You are a collective United States of America. You all pay taxes, and those taxes are used to do the different things that are done at the state, federal, and local level. And most of the damage was done to me by the local level. In order to prove the damages, I'd have to become a slave to an attorney for $300 an hour to fight that. Don't you see the contradiction here? These people know how it's set up, so they don't care how many people they damage. They don't care that I'm pouring my heart out on YouTube trying to get help. There isn't anybody out there to help. No one's going to give me a free place to put any of my stuff, or a free place to do my research, if any of my research is left, since most of my stuff has been destroyed, towed away, taken, auctioned off. What do you want me to say? That I love this country? I hate this country. And I really wish that I could leave. And it looks to me like you won't let me leave with any of my possessions. You've taken all of my most valuable possessions that took me about 30 years to gather up. I call that equity. When the Northridge earthquake took place, the government, the federal government, sent an automatic check to all the people that owned houses that were on some list that owned houses, homeowners. But the poor people, that took months and months, even a couple of years, to get any money to them from damages that they would claim were from the Northridge earthquake. That's why I said in my video the day before yesterday, I said, I hope an earthquake comes along and destroys your whole city, everything. Why? Well, because look what you did to me. I got to sit on a bicycle. I don't even have any of my cars anymore, my trucks, my boats, my motorhomes, everything I worked for the last 30 years, taken away by color of law and by people who applied that law in such a way that was so heavy and prejudicial that it just continued to knock me off any type of recovery that I was trying to do. So, of course, I'm going to have a negative view about your country, your views, your logic, your common sense. You people don't have any common sense. You have what I call idiot sense. And you'll always have idiot sense so long as you don't band together and do what I said in order to protest against this country. Forget the 99%ers. We need to get all the people together and say enough is enough. Take your money out of the banks. Go buy a horse. Let the horse crap all over all the streets. Or bicycle. Don't buy gasoline. I mean, these are hard items to do because everybody's addicted to these cars. They're addicted to their way of life. They're addicted to their job because they're either paying rent or they're paying mortgage. Choice is up to you. You want to continue working in this direction and working like this, or do you want to help people? One or the other. So I'm still having the bad luck. The bad luck's been going on for years, decades. And it's like guerrilla warfare. It hits me for a while, and then it goes away, then it hits me again, then it goes away. The bad luck and it's generated, this bad luck is generated not by me, it's generated by people outside of me, people around me, and most of them are authority figures. Figure it out for yourself. Talk to you later.